Wall Street. The mere mention of it gives rise to strong emotions, usually negative. From Occupy Wall Street to the Wolf of Wall Street. From Gordon Gekko to Bernie Madoff. We get a single narrative, an evil 1% who steals from the public and should be thrown in jail. But what if we're mistaken about that? What if not all of them are banksters? What if we look at the big picture and discover that Wall Street is responsible for more prosperity and happiness than any other industry? Many years ago, when I applied for a job at Merrill Lynch, I had to take a lie detector test. And when I first started, my first day at the job, I was so excited until they brought me into a secure room, not just for fingerprints. They took both hands and smashed them into the spongy ink pad. It took me an hour to get the grime off my hands. I had started at first job and I was so excited to be in finance. Unfortunately, I felt like a criminal, and this guy doesn't really look like a criminal, does he? The bull here represented to me the economic engine that moves the world. Now picture your life before Wall Street was created. You'd work back-breaking labor from sunrise to sunset, and the only thing you'd be concerned about was putting enough food on the table to feed your family. No modern conveniences at all. Now, a pivotal change happened in the 1790s when Alexander Hamilton became America's first Treasury Secretary, and he envisioned a free society where industry and finance could take America from bankruptcy to prosperity. It took a long time for his ideas to come through, but when they did, they took off. Now, if we trace human history going back in time, even just the last 2,000 years, and it was worse before then, we see that economically it was bare subsistence until the 19th century, especially after the Civil War. The human mind was able then to come up with these new discoveries, new inventions, and they were funded primarily by Wall Street. So how does Wall Street do this? What exactly does it do? Essentially one thing. It matches those who have money with those who want money to fund ideas. Now this entails great risk, but offers great reward. It's an incredibly creative field that always has innovations like mortgages, car loans, credit cards, online banking, blockchain. They help you and me to flourish. Without Wall Street, Apple is just two guys and a computer working in a garage. But through venture funding and then an initial public offering, Apple was able to expand. They were able to hire the best talent and take chances. They failed many times, like for Lisa computer, for instance, but eventually they would go on to be the most successful company in history, and they've made our lives incredibly better. Another example is renting out your spare rooms to perfect strangers for a fee. Sounds a bit risky, right? Well, through Wall Street, Airbnb is able to provide this service, and now thousands of people profit from it. Wall Street history is filled with heroes. One of my favorites is Chris Gardner, whose life story is portrayed in the film Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. And in that movie, we don't see him lying and cheating and stealing from his clients. In fact, he'd rather sleep in a homeless shelter than do that. No, instead we see his integrity, his honesty. He's super productive at work. And eventually he has this deeply earned pride. These are the key elements in business success, and that's what makes Wall Street great. So what about you? I believe these same virtues of integrity, honesty, and productiveness would give you pride both in your achievement and in your job and profession. But also they give you a distinct competitive advantage. In other words, being moral means being practical. So the next time somebody tells you that Wall Street is evil, tell them, yeah, people like Bernie Madoff and Gordon Gekko are, but they're the rare exceptions. You know that now that you look at the big picture, what life was like before Wall Street, about how washing clothes was so difficult compared to after Wall Street. And it's thanks to the movers and shakers on Wall Street who have lifted countless millions from poverty to prosperity, who deserve our admiration. And for that, we say thank you.